Horse racing might be the sport of kings, but right now, in Australia, it's a queen who rules the track, a flying machine named Winx. Impressively, the 6-year-old mare has won her last 20 races in a row. And of course, with victory comes reward, $13.5 million in prize money so far. Soon, she'll become Turf's top earner of all time. But there's more to this, madam, than just winning. You only have to ask the team behind Winx, who are all loving the ride of their lives. Like most racing stories, this one starts in the dark, while the rest of Sydney sleeps. Rose Hill is the home track of champion trainer Chris Waller.
So you're here at 3:30, you leave at 5:30. My calculations, it's a 14-hour day.
Yeah.
How many days a week?
6.5, really.
Do you ever sleep?
I do, yeah, like everybody.
Chris Waller is a Kiwi who came here 17 years ago with little money and big dreams. Now he has the best horse in the land, arguably the world. A 6-year-old mare called Winx.
She's racing royalty, this mare. There's 17 in a row. The grandstand shaking.
I don't think you would expect to get another one. It would be like winning the lottery twice, I guess. But certainly a huge privilege to be involved in her career.
Is that what this is like, winning the lottery?
It's a dream.
She breaks all the records today. She's a champion, Winx.
Winx has won her last 20 races straight. If this streak continues, she'll break 3-time Melbourne Cup winner Makybe Diva's prize money record of $14.5 million in a matter of weeks.
But all conditions, all distances, all challenges. Here's Sweet 16 for Winx, making it back-to-back.
Everyone dreams of being on board a horse like this. I mean, I can't express how privileged I feel to be given the opportunity to ride a horse that's developed into one of the best horses that's ever lived.
But it's all Winx in the straight. 4-5 lengths in front of Hartnell. A good battle.
Riding this fairy tale home is the man from Dunedoo, Hugh Bowman.
It's a Winx blitz. 2 in a row.
His partnership with Winx is already the stuff of legend.
She's one of the all-time great horses. Number 8, Winx, has taken out the Cox Plate.
You reckon she is the best in the world?
Well, I do, but I might be biased. But, you know, I mean, her record speaks for itself.
Let's go, madam.
To give us a feeling of what it's like to be on board this mighty mare, Hugh has been equipped with a camera and a microphone.
So this morning we're going to do 5.
To take us along for the ride.
And I'll sit about 5 lengths behind the other horse, because she'll pick it up very easily. I'm now at the 800. I've still got a good hold of her.
She'll reach a top speed of more than 60 kilometres an hour.
Just stay with us because we've got to get across these tracks safely.
So Chris and I dash across the track to watch her finish off her gallop.
And here we go. Nice and easy. Now the afterburners. Horses can really only sustain top speed for 300 metres maximum. A rare horse can do it for 400, but Winx can push other horses to their top 600, 700, 800 metres from home and still be coasting, and that's the difference between her and any other horse I've ridden. Pretty much as slow as I could go.
She's finished her work. And then, yeah, it'll take her about 1,000 metres to stop.
Like a truck.
It is, a train, fast train, bullet train.
And she still wants to go on with it. Oh, girl.
Most owners never get their money back on their racehorses. so these three are feeling particularly fortunate right now. Peter Tighe, Debbie Kapitas and Richard Treweek own Winx in partnership.
In racing, everyone will have their favourite racehorse, but to have her loved by everybody, it's an honour to actually be the owners.
Do you feel like at times that you are living a dream and you're just wondering when you're going to wake up?
Well, I believe that no one can dream as big as what is happening to us. I don't think anybody can imagine having a dream like this.
I mean, it's so unbelievable that it could happen to me, or, you know. I've had too much experience with horses to know that you don't have these sort of horses.
How would you describe the runners that you owned before Winx came along?
Ordinary.
There's a saying in racing that buying a horse is like a four-legged lottery, and Winx is the perfect case in point. 4 years ago, at the Magic Millions yearling sale, Winx wasn't even the top-priced yearling, far from it. There were 59 other horses who sold for more. And for Peter, Richard and Debbie, Winx wasn't even at the top of their list, but still, they forked out $230,000 to buy her, and boy, are they glad they did. Who named her?
Richard. Richard. That's Richard's job.
Why Winx?
Well, she's out of a mare called Vegas Showgirl. And if you've ever been to Vegas and you go to see a couple of shows, you realise there's some pretty good sorts up on the, you know, cheeky bums and lovely tits and that sort of thing.
And where does Winx
And if
come
you
from?
like them, you wink. And then she likes you and she winks back.
When was the last time you went to Vegas?
Oh, I can't remember.
Probably a good thing.
Winx is last. She'll have to come past the 17 of them into the straight.
Although Winx showed early promise, she didn't show her true potential until she was a late 3-year-old. It was a race called the Sunshine Coast Guineas, and Winx raced down the outside to thrash a good field.
Look at Winx. Look at Winx. She's come from last. She stormed down the outside. Oh, what a win.
Debbie, was that race the making of a star?
Yes. The start of a star. Not the making, the start. Because she really shone in that race.
Couldn't forget it. It was the beginning of the story, really.
She's put 2 lengths on Hartnell.
Winx started winning and didn't stop. Along the way, she's won some of the best races in the land. The Cox Plate is considered the weight for age championship of Australia, and Winx has bolted away with the last 2. It's enough to make a grown man weep.
2 in a row, and she joins the all-time greats of the turf.
Horse folks are typically pretty tough. But when Winx wins, you turn into a big softie. What's that? Is that a release of pressure? Is it joy?
It is a release of pressure.
Where do those tears come from?
Now you're trying to start me now. It's just, I guess, from where we've come from and the amount of respect I have for racing sport. That's where it comes from the heart.
Do you recall the tough times?
I do, but they've all been worth it. Yeah.
How much do you love this animal?
More than words can explain.
Do you feel like she is a part of your family?
She's part of a lot of people's family, and I think that makes me proud as well. Having over 100 staff, and they're all very proud of Winx.
You're making me cry in a second, mate.
But at Sydney's Randwick Racecourse, the time for sentiment is over. It's back to business as Chris Waller saddles up Winx for another race. She is racing's pin-up girl.
Let's go.
And no one expects her to lose, which only puts more pressure on her team.
It's an anticipation thing, you know, but the expectation is unavoidable.
Well, good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best.
It's good walking out, though. You right, Captain?
Hugh Bowman and Chris Waller walk out into the mounting yard. The tension and excitement is palpable. Chris's work is done. Now it's all up to Hugh and the horse.
The pressure that jockey's under is unexplainable. It's a half-a-ton animal moving at a speed that most horses don't go, and he's navigating a path through a field, looking out for heels in front of him, with his life in his own hands.
Gates open now, they're racing. She's jumped much better today, Winx. Settles about midfield, and Red Excitement's going to take up the early lead. Chicante quickly.
Both Debbie Kapitas and Peter Tighe are trackside for this race, the Chelmsford Stakes. And very quickly, it's apparent things aren't going to plan.
Saracen trying to pick up, but around the turn, Red Excitement. He's certainly making it exciting.
A tearaway leader, Red Excitement, threatens to spoil the party and Winx's winning streak. Peter and Debbie fear the worst. But they've got the best horse and the coolest rider in the country.
Three in front. Winx is coming, Red Excitement, but here she comes, right over the top, Winx, barnstorming finish again, 19 in a row.
This is a very, very exciting moment.
I'm feeling it.
She's a dream of a horse. I don't know what else to say.
Congratulations, that's all I've got to say. How do you grade that run?
From right up there. I'd say for me, it's the best performance.
The best performance?
Yeah. She went to a level today that I haven't felt her go to before.
Geez, you must be proud.
I'm proud, but I'm very understanding of how privileged I am.
Hey? Pretty special. That's how it's done.
Yeah. Got another one. Another supporter.
Hey? What a champ.
Racing fans don't want this fairy tale to end, but it will. They all do. But hopefully, not before she wins an incredible third Cox Plate and the all-time prize money record.
How do you think she will be remembered once her racing career is done?
I think she'll be the same as Black Caviar, the same as Farlap. She'll be remembered forever. She'll be in people's hearts. And once you're in someone's heart, you don't get forgotten.
She will be remembered as the greatest racehorse in Australian history. She'll have probably won something like 20, 26 or 28 straight.
So there's still a lot of racing left.
There's still a lot of racing left.
Who does call it a day? Is it you or is it her?
It's her. When Winx says, I've had enough. Mares know when they've had enough, like all women.
Absolutely.
You can cut that out.